Hey everyone, hope that you're all doing well, and I cannot believe that summer is quickly ending, and next week a lot of the people that go to the main campus will be coming back for the fall semester. So if you all are scheduled to be in the fall semester, then I wish you luck. Otherwise, even if you're not in the fall semester, I wish you luck as well. So today I'm going to go ahead and do the persuasive speech assignment, which was really difficult for me to finally pick a topic, but I think the topic that I picked is a pretty good one, and it's kind of topical, not quite so much in the news right now currently because there are other things that are important as well, but just knowing myself and my personality, I feel like what I chose to talk about is pretty relevant to who I am, and I wanted to talk to you all about animal testing in the cosmetic world. I know that me being a girl, I have a lot of experience with using different cosmetics and stuff. I'm very much a girly girl, and I'm sure that some of the other girls in this class will be able to say the same things about themselves. I've always enjoyed makeup from a young age, and the older that I've gotten, the more that I've realized that animals get harsh treatment in the world. The more that I've grown up, the more I've learned about animal testing. Something that I found that was really interesting was that the Food and Drug Administration is responsible for making sure that all cosmetics are safe and are properly labeled. And all cosmetics should, on the back somewhere, like on this bronzer, say that they don't test their products with animals. Not all companies go by that, but a lot do. And recently there was an act that was called the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act, which states that companies must use testing to make sure that all their products are safe before people can purchase them in stores. And I understand that there are a lot of things can go wrong with products like that you use on your skin, because there are a lot of people that might have skin allergies or have very sensitive skin, and I'm a person that has very sensitive skin. And I understand that all these products need to be tested, but there are better ways to test these products than using defenseless animals. All companies are supposed to be looking into new ways of testing, but just because they're supposed to doesn't mean that they actually are actively looking for new ways to test their new products. But there is one group, that is the Humane Society International, that is urging companies that make products and make the ingredients that go into these cosmetic products join a global campaign which is known as Be Cruelty Free, and it is working in the hopes of ending all forms of animal testing. And just from the name of the Humane Society International means that it's in several different countries, and it's slowly starting to make its way into the United States. And throughout the research that the Humane Society International has completed is that they found that there are several companies that aren't quite truthful with all of their information about their products and how they're testing them to make sure that they're safe for human consumption. In particular, China has laws that requires that cosmetics that are sold or manufactured in the country have to be subjected to new animal testing, which they test eye and skin irritation on animals such as rodents and rabbits. And I understand that there are a lot of people that think, oh, well, the animals that they're testing aren't like cats or dogs, they're just rodents or rabbits. But I mean, all animals are still animals, and they should have a voice, and that they don't get harmed by all of the testing that they are subjected to. Now, there are just as many brands that don't use animal testing, such as Lush Fresh Handmade Cosmetics, which they make bath products and facial products and things of that nature, and Paul Mitchell Systems, which focuses more on hair care and hair products and things like that. And they actually are no longer sold in China and are taking all of their items off of the shelf because of those laws, because those companies don't agree with those laws, which in my opinion I think is a great thing, that they are standing up for what they built their company on, is no animal testing. Be Cruelty Free is also becoming more and more popular in other countries. It's kind of hopping across the pond over to the United States, which is really a good thing for all animals and for all people that are invested in animal rights. Also, in March of 2013, the European Union banned the sale of any cosmetic or cosmetic ingredients that have been tested on animals, which is a huge step in the right direction for the European Union. which it's only in that area of the world that this has happened. But I mean, I hope that it quickly comes across the pond here. But anyway, talking back about the ban, it means that all companies around the world will have to abandon animal testing so that they can have their cosmetics sold in the European Union. Because if they stand by with their animal testing, they will not be allowed to sell their items in the European Union, which is a huge market. Obviously, as anyone knows, there are several countries that are in the European Union, and losing a huge market like that can really hurt companies. So I really hope that this ban makes companies step back and take a look at the practices that they're doing in order to make money. And I know that all businesses have to make money, but there are different ways that it can be done in a safe way that harms no one, including animals. So while that's happening in the European Union, things are different in the United States. Even though animal testing is still rapidly happening around us, there are several ways that cosmetics can be tested without the use of animals. For example, there is a way to measure how long it takes a chemical to burn away the cornea of a rabbit's eye without harming the first animal. Manufacturers can now drop that chemical into a cornea-like 3D tissue structure, which is actually produced from human cells, which means that there have been doctors that have been working on this for years and years to try to perfect this type of testing. This kind of testing and other ways are readily available for companies, but money comes into it again, as they can be quite costly and can be time consuming, which a lot of companies are just wanting to get their product on the shelf as fast as they can in order to make money to break even. But more and more organizations are continuing the fight for animal rights, which is really good and is something that needs to be done. In conclusion, it's going to take a lot more research, and I think it's going to take a lot more legislation on the part of the government to take a step towards stopping animal testing altogether. I think that if anything happens, it's going to be years down the road, which is really sad to say, but I believe it to be the truth. I think that things can be changed, and laws and acts could be passed that could save future animals from being harmed by the use of cosmetics. And my call to action is that I hope that everyone checks the products that they're purchasing at the store just to see if they are or are not tested on animals, because if they aren't tested on animals, it should say on the packaging very proudly that it's not tested on animals. And I know that the guys that are watching this are probably like, oh, this just applies to girls, this isn't a guy issue. Well, I mean, lots of products are tested on animals, not just makeup and cosmetic products, but hair products, even simple things like shampoo and conditioner are tested on animals. And so I really hope that everyone will now kind of be familiar with animal testing and will check to see the products that they're buying, and maybe you can help make a stand by not purchasing items that have been tested on animals. Thanks.